Good evening, good morning, good night. It's good to see you wherever you are. I'm actually at the Palatial Hines Estate in Summerville, South Carolina, right? It is Thursday, April 2nd, and welcome to another e-learning lesson, right? How about it? Are you excited? I am. You know you are. Anyway, how do you teach media tech without cameras and editing equipment at your house? It's easy. We do it the Hines way, and you know what that way is. We've been doing it long enough. Each day you'll have your warm-up, a short video like this, some notes in Google Classroom, and a short assignment to do so we both know that you know the material. Don't worry, we're going to keep it short and sweet like we always do. You know we always keep it short and sweet. So Punxsutawney Phil, here's what we're talking about today. TV promos and PSAs. You ready? Let's hit it. The difference between the two is pretty easy to recognize, but they do share a common bond. Usually, they're not for profit, meaning you aren't making money off a public service announcement or a TV promo. Most times, you're just informing the people for the public good or promoting an upcoming broadcast. So let's take them one at a time, shall we? All right, let's start off with the public service announcement, or PSA for short. These are literally public service announcements. They're there for the good of the community. I'm going to show you one from 2015. The NFL did one and actually ran it during the Super Bowl that really touched on one of our nation's biggest issues.
911, operator 901. Where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency line.
How long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Did you see how effective that commercial was? It was pretty easy to understand, and there was a call to action, a driving force to learn more about the issue and maybe help correct it. Another PSA I want to show you is from the 80s. This one is very famous. It's one that I grew up with when I was your age, and you might have seen the references to it here or there as you've been growing up.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
That 1987 PSA is called the Frying Pan. It's arguably one of the greatest PSAs in American history, even though it's only one shot for 30 seconds. It's pretty remarkable, and even today, 30 years later, we're still talking about it. So let's switch gears now. We'll talk about TV promos. TV promos are much like PSAs. They call you to action. They want you to do something. But instead of for the public good, they want you to watch their own content. TV promos drive you to watch their network. I'm going to show you two. The first one is this one. It's from London, promoting Channel 4's Paralympic coverage.
What goes on? Rolling stones in the rap game, not bragging. Look bigger than Jagger, not sagging. Spell it backwards, I'ma leave it at that. That ain't got nothing to do with rap. Get up. Just like that. Get up. Just like that. Get up. Just like that. Get up. Just like that.
I know this is a shock.
Screaming gangster 20 years later. Of course, endorse while consciousness faded. New generations believe in them fables. Gangsta boogie on 2 turntables. Thank you for letting us be ourselves. So don't mind me if I repeat myself. These simple lines be good for your health. To keep them crime rhymes on the shelf. Live love life like you just don't care. Never scared. Rain and noise is the moment they feared. Get up, still a beautiful idea.
So did you see how that ad was pushing someone to watch the Paralympic coverage on Channel 4 in London? That's exactly what they did, and I thought they did a phenomenal job. I could watch that video over and over again. They showed you how you could become a Paralympian any number of ways, whether by birth or by accident, and the editing was top-notch. How about when the swimmer went under the water and the music muted as it would if you went under the water? I thought it was fantastic. Here's another one I want to show you. This one is a different take, and you might have seen this one before. It was HBO, right? HBO had a show that I know you're aware of called Game of Thrones. In this Game of Thrones promo, they're pushing you to watch Game of Thrones.
He's gone.
The world was on fire, no one could save me but
We're the only ones who matter, and everything they've taken from us, we're going to take back and more.
it's strange what desire will make foolish people do.
The great victory I saw in the flames, all of it was a lie.
What a wicked game you play, make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do.
Every one of us is poor and powerless, yet we can overthrow an empire.
You're in the great game now, and the great game is terrifying.
With you.
Order your man to step aside or there will be violence.
I choose violence.
The first time I saw this with the cover of the song Wicked Game, I knew I was ready to watch a new season of Thrones immediately. Each of these ads are fairly easy to spot and are usually found in specific areas.
Nobody knows no one.
I've never been much of a fighter. Apologies for what you're about to see.
A corporation like the NFL wanted the most eyes as possible on their PSA, so they aired it during the Super Bowl. The frying pan PSA was aired a lot of times in the afternoon where kids were getting home from school and watching TV, so a message of anti-drug was very easy for them to relate to.
Any questions?
I know you do have one question. Heinz, what's the assignment for today? Again, we're gonna make it easy on you. Open up a Google Doc, attach a YouTube link to your favorite PSA or TV promo. If you don't have one, find one. There's this thing called Google, very easy. Tell me why you like it. That's it. I need a YouTube link and a Google Doc, and you tell me why you like your PSA or promo. All right, so now to your favorite part of the day where I give you a movie recommendation. This one, since we've been quarantining, it feels like every day you wake up and you're doing the same daggone thing, right? There's a movie just like that. It's called Groundhog Day.
I'm reliving the same day over and over. Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day follows a TV weather guy who finds himself in the strangest of ways living the same day over and over again. It stars Charleston's own Bill Murray. You're gonna love it. As for your song recommendation, I adore this song. Trippin' on a Hole in a Paper Heart. It's one of my favorite songs by one of the bigger bands of the 90s grunge scene, Stone Temple Pilots. All right, tomorrow we're gonna wrap up this 3-day Love Fest with commercials by talking about political ads. If you know the name Tom Steyer, then you know exactly what a political ad is. As for now, I'm gonna bounce, all right? Yes, that's a rooster. We have chickens on our palatial estate. So I'll introduce you to Perlman. His name's Perlman a little bit later as we get into this pandemic e-learning lesson. How's that sound? As for now, I'm gonna bounce. You go do your assignment, clean your room, and I'm gonna go get eggs from the chickens. Yeah, and Perlman. He doesn't lay eggs. Bye.